In the currency quadrant, the March Japanese yen is in a sideways correction. The yen has corrected sideways since the high close on February 21st. Since the cycle low on February 12th, if you measure that to the cycle high close on February 21st, the yen rallied about 3.71%. If you measure the move in the March futures from the same low to today's New York cash close, it's up only 3.68%. So essentially, we've gone sideways for the last few days, and that's known as a sideways correction. The high today, 67.43, was up about 0.3%. The low, 66.85.5, was down a little bit more than 0.5%. And where we sit right now, cash close, we're essentially unchanged in the futures market. Last night, we had more CPI data, this time in the form of the Bank of Japan CPI. Now, stronger CPI in the form of the BOJ core confirmed what we saw last week in the national CPI. The national core CPI is reported by the Statistics Bureau of Japan, and that tracks the average change in prices for a basket of goods and services, and it excludes food. The Bank of Japan core CPI isn't a separate data set, but a specific focus within the national CPI framework that the BOJ emphasizes for monetary policy, and it excludes food and energy. This is what the Bank of Japan zeroes in on, the core measure, and it's sometimes called the core CPI, and that was stronger than expected as well. So it seems like there's entrenched strong CPI, or I should say consumer price inflation, within the Japanese economy. Also, US data that's coming out over the next couple of days will move the dollar. That's the first look at Q4 GDP from last year, as well as PCE price data and consumer spending, which comes out on Friday. The CME Fed Watch tool now has 3 cuts priced in through 2026 for the US. That's fairly new, and tomorrow's data could change that, which would also move the yen in the dollar-yen cross.